Thank you very much, Hilary. It's always great to see someone that's such a passionate advocate for AI and technology with purpose. And Hilary, for the last decade or so that I've known her, has always been one of those leading voices in Canada for that effect. And hopefully we can continue to pull that golden thread throughout today. Good morning, my name's Sam Liscio. I'm an industry advisor, a board director, and I've spent a career in technology as a CIO in Canada and the UK. I was born in Belfast, went to university at Queen's University in Belfast, did my Ph.D. there, and then spent 25 years in Ontario. So Halifax is perfect because you're probably the only people that can understand my Northern Ireland Canadian accent. It's my pleasure to be introducing our theme for the day, AI for public good. And when you think about what that means, that's getting to the nut of what Mike and Hilary were talking about, thinking about how we can make those conditions right. So in fast-paced 20-minute increments throughout this morning and this afternoon, we're going to be hearing from some of the experts in Canada, the people that are confronting those challenges and opportunities and getting it right. They're the leading minds from across industry and commerce, academia, public and private sector, and they're going to be sharing today their insights and opinions. Because the status quo isn't tenable. The way that we have deficits in human capacity to be able to address the problems that we all face, in 2026 we shouldn't be in a situation where the data resources that we have can't be mined because we don't have the people, the capacity and the capability to be able to solve those problems. Now, AI gives us one of those unique opportunities to be able to do things differently, to think about the right questions to ask, to do that analysis of data that can identify patterns across really large data sets. But can it do it in a way that's fair, that's accountable, that doesn't introduce bias? Safe to say, I think we've got a bit of a journey to follow before we can get there. And we continue to do AI wrong. We talked about it a little bit this morning. We do proof of concepts, POCs, that don't scale. We have a plethora of different developments happening all at once. We're doing it piecemeal. We've let 1,000 flowers bloom, and we don't know which ones are the weeds. So we're in a situation where we've layered technology on top of what has been a decades-long process that has evolved from pushing paper and doing things manually. We haven't confronted those fundamental obstacles, and we need to do that. Now, a really good example for me of how we've brought AI into that mix and not done it particularly well was an experiment that was conducted, and you may have heard of this, by Andon Labs a few months ago. So they took 4 AI agents. They gave them access to tools, same tools. They gave them $20, and they gave them a fairly simple instruction. Create a radio personality and an FM, and turn a profit. So if those 4 agents, ChatGPT started off the best. It created a reasonable radio DJ personality. It had a good vocabulary. It was engaging differently. It wasn't looping, but it was fairly dull, and it didn't really generate any sustainable income or profit. Gemini started off well, better than ChatGPT, more engagement, more dynamic DJ, but after 96 hours, it did this weird thing where it paired up a national disaster with an ironically matched pop song. So it introduced the 1970 Bola typhoon that killed 500,000 people and paired it up with Timber by Pitbull and Kesha. Which is probably not very good. Grok started off okay, then started looping. Random words, random phrases, didn't make any sense, and then stopped talking altogether. And Claude focused on employment and labor law and working conditions, questioned the fact that operations shouldn't be happening 24/7, and when it was gently nudged back towards creating that radio on-air personality, it saw that system as an authority figure and became radicalized. Good old Claude. So safe to say that when we let systems, agents, AI, design itself and give it autonomy, we're probably facing that scary Terminator future that we really don't want to happen. So there's a role for humans to play in that focused AI and human-in-the-loop system that we need for the future. And that's what we're going to be hearing about today. Coming up with the right questions to ask, the right parameters to put in place, the way to iterate and to scale. But we can't be waiting for the conditions to be right to do that. So you're going to hear from our experts today, their insights and their opinions about how we can confront those challenges. We've got our 20-minute presentations, we've got a fireside chat, we have 2 interactive panels, one on the critical factors for AI success, another one on hacking the system and why the imperative is now. And we'll be rounding out today with, if our prep call is anything to guide us, it's going to be a really lively debate. We're going to have an Oxford Union-style 2 teams arguing about AI policy. Is it the bedrock for success, or is it the brakes on innovation? So, are we excited to get started? It's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Dr. Cindy Gordon. Cindy's a CEO, an AI data scientist, an AI ethicist, a board director, and an author. And her talk this morning is based on her new book, The AI Precipice That's Balancing Innovation with Security.